Selamat malam Bapak Ibu peserta MTS ISACA. Only Talk and Sharing Session ISACA Indonesia Chapter. Perkenalkan saya Rifko, saya yang akan membantu sesi malam ini. Bapak Ibu peserta MTS yang kami hormati, terima kasih telah bergabung dalam sesi malam ini. Kami sangat senang bisa berkumpul kembali dalam acara ini dan berbagi wawasan bersama rekan-rekan profesional ITGRC. Kami harap semua peserta dalam keadaan sehat dan semangat untuk mengikuti sesi diskusi malam ini. Untuk malam ini kita akan mendapatkan wawasan berharga dari narasumber istimewa yang telah hadir bersama kita, yaitu Gokhan Polat. Hai Gokhan.
Hi, my friend. How are you?
Selanjutnya, sebelum kita memulai acara, kita akan mendengarkan sambutan dulu dari Vice President ISACA Indonesia Chapter, Bapak Harun Al-Rashid. Untuk waktu dan layar, kami persilakan.
Baik, terima kasih Rifko. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Selamat malam Bapak Ibu, rekan-rekan members ISACA. Nggak kerasa ya, udah hampir sebulan lagi kita nggak ketemu, terakhir di acara talk show ya di awal tahun lalu. Kali ini kita kembali bisa menyelenggarakan monthly talk and sharing session. Dan seperti janji kita di acara kemarin, kita janji untuk menghadirkan narasumber ya malam hari ini untuk membahas AI governance. Ini sangat menarik ya di tengah-tengah tanda kutip peperangan antara big giants, model AI yang ngerasa terkejut ya dengan hadirnya DeepSeek, dan akhirnya mereka merespon dengan mengeluarkan juga versi-versi murahnya gitu ya, sehingga rasanya akan memperkaya nih industri AI kita di Indonesia juga, dan akan menjadi challenge besar juga buat kita nih sebagai JRC professionals. Jadi rasanya sesi malam ini akan sangat menarik dan sangat mudah-mudahan juga bermanfaat buat kita semua. So saya mohon izin juga untuk menyampaikan permohonan maaf ya Pak Raki selaku Presiden pada malam hari ini berhalangan hadir karena ternyata ada agenda yang tidak bisa ditinggalkan. Hanya saja mungkin beliau titip pesan juga, dan juga mungkin juga sebagai pesan dari kami semua, khususnya saya mewakili Board of ISACA Indonesia, kita mungkin bulan depan awal bulan sudah masuk ke bulan Ramadan, kita akan menghadapi bulan puasa, menjalani bulan puasa, dan mudah-mudahan kita diberikan kesehatan dalam menjalankan ibadah puasa hingga tuntas. Dan untuk itu saya mewakili Board ingin menyampaikan permohonan maaf sebesar-besarnya dalam menyambut Ramadan ini. Apabila ada kekurangan dan kesalahan, kita mohon dimaafkan, dibukakan pintu maaf sebesar-besarnya sehingga kita bisa melangkah masuk ke bulan suci Ramadan dengan hati yang bersih. Dan sekali lagi mungkin tanpa mengurangi waktu, malam ini kita sudah kedatangan narasumber yang luar biasa, dan selanjutnya sesi diskusi ini akan dipimpin oleh Erik untuk bisa memimpin jalannya diskusi malam ini. Jadi teman-teman silakan selamat mengikuti sesi technical session malam ini. Mudah-mudahan bermanfaat buat kita semua. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ya, oke, monggo Erik silakan.
Sebelum kita masuk sesi, saya izin untuk ini dulu ya Pak, untuk memandu panduan tata teknis webinar malam ini. Yang pertama, untuk kemudahan peserta dalam mengikuti webinar, dihimbau agar peserta menggunakan perangkat yang terkoneksi internet dengan baik. Username yang dipergunakan peserta saat sesi webinar harus sama dengan nama saat sesi registrasi. Meeting ID hanya berlaku bagi satu undangan, mohon tidak meneruskan kepada orang lain. Peserta diperkenankan menyalakan video dengan menampilkan identitas diri masing-masing. Peserta diharapkan untuk menjaga proses webinar agar selalu kondusif dan saling menghormati. Peserta dapat menyampaikan pendapat dan gagasan dengan santun melalui kolom chat ataupun raise hand. E-Certificate akan kita kirimkan di H+7 setelah webinar berlangsung melalui email yang terdaftar saat registrasi kepada peserta yang telah mengisi feedback form dan mengikuti acara sampai akhir. Untuk selanjutnya, sebelum kita masuk sesi diskusi, saya akan perkenalkan moderator kita malam ini, yaitu Bapak Erikman Pardamean. Selamat malam, Pak Erik.
Malam, Mbak Rifko. Malam, Bapak, Ibu, rekan-rekan, para member.
Pak Erik ini memiliki 15 tahun pengalaman dalam bidang IT GRC, Consulting and Assurance Assignment. Pak Erik juga merupakan teknologi risk consulting partner di RSM Indonesia. Pak Erik juga saat ini menjabat sebagai Program Director dari ISACA Indonesia Chapter. Pak Erik memiliki beberapa pengalaman profesional, diantaranya sebagai partner RSM Indonesia dari tahun 2009 hingga saat ini, lalu juga memiliki pengalaman di bidang regional audit manager di World Vision, digital and technology audit manager di Excel Aviata, senior audit dan business advisory di Astra International. Pak Erik juga memiliki beberapa sertifikasi ya, di antaranya ada CISA, COBIT, ada CISO, CC, IRMCC, KRMC, dan lain-lain. Untuk educational juga Pak Erik merupakan lulusan dari Sarjana Computer Information System dari Binus University. Untuk selanjutnya saya persilahkan Pak Erik untuk memandu acara sharing session malam ini, Pak.
Terima kasih,
Ada,
Mbak
Pak?
Rifko.
Iya, Pak.
Bang Harun, terima kasih untuk opening. Bapak Ibu rekan-rekan,
Langsung.
para member, terima kasih sudah join di MTS kita di yang kedua ini di bulan di tahun 2025 ya, Bapak Ibu. Izin kita untuk membahas topiknya sekilas sebelum aku undang pembicaranya. Dan nanti juga mohon izin Bapak Ibu kita untuk membawakannya bilingual ya Bapak Ibu ya, in bahasa and in English. Oke, mungkin sebelum memulai untuk memperkenalkan narasumber, aku izin untuk share ISACA update ya Mbak Rifko, boleh di-share. Ini untuk reminder Bapak Ibu bahwa di tahun 2025 ini adalah tahun kedua kepengurusan yang which is jatuh untuk dilakukan annual general meeting 2025 gitu, tepat di tahun 2025 ya, terakhir tahun 2023 kemarin. Ini sudah diagendakan, sudah disosialisasikan juga di media sosial ISACA untuk eventnya di bulan depan 20 Maret nih, during bulan puasa ya Bapak Ibu, hari Kamis di pukul 2 siang sampai pukul 7 malam. Dan nanti acaranya itu akan dilakukan secara hybrid di Haris Suits Efek Sudirman di Haris Hotel ya Bapak Ibu. Untuk limited seat mohon izin ada 100 peserta yang nanti yang mungkin nanti akan dipilih untuk bisa datang ke hybrid session. Kalau belum penuh silakan Bapak Ibu bisa registration di QR yang terlampir atau di link yang sudah ada juga di media sosialnya ISACA. Dan nanti juga akan ada online session-nya juga Bapak Ibu. Dan ini hanya untuk member ya Bapak Ibu, karena nanti agendanya ada 3 di sisi sebelah kiri. Selain ada monthly talk sharing session seperti ini ya, event rutin, akan ada tokoh narasumber yang akan berbagi insight bersama dengan kita semua. Lalu agenda utamanya yaitu annual general meeting itu sendiri dan election untuk kepengurusan baru tahun 2025-2027 dan ditutup. Nah, newsroom-nya di sini nih untuk buka bersama bareng-bareng teman-teman para member gitu. Nah, mudah-mudahan Bapak Ibu udah dapat informasinya, bisa akses di LinkedIn, di IG, di Twitter, di X ya untuk link yang pendaftarannya sebelum nanti bisa penuh gitu, khususnya untuk yang sesi onsite-nya. Dan nanti juga akan dapat di CPE hours gitu, di consider di CPE hours. Ada tambahan Mbak Rifko untuk yang AGM?
Sudah cukup jelas, Pak.
Oke. Kami mengundang Bapak Ibu rekan-rekan para member khususnya ya Bapak Ibu untuk bisa mendaftar dan nggak hanya mendaftar juga untuk berpartisipasi menjadi bagian dari kepengurusan baru di tahun 2025-2027 ya Bapak Ibu. Nanti ada link yang lain ya, kalau saya nggak salah juga sudah ada di undangan yang masuk ke email Bapak Ibu masing-masing yang terdaftar di ISACA. Bapak Ibu bisa klik nanti di sana ada akses untuk mengajukan diri atau voluntary untuk jadi bagian di kepengurusan yang baru nanti seperti itu. Mungkin itu saja. Ada next lagi Mbak pengumuman? Oke. Berikut kita akan memperkenalkan profil speaker. Ini Gokhan Polat. Mungkin Bapak Ibu bisa baca ya di layar. Beliau expert di bidang digital trust, cyber security, and risk management, Bapak Ibu. jadi pengurus ISACA juga secara di ISACA Global ya, khususnya di bagian working group emerging technology. Mungkin kalau Bapak Ibu sempat melihat nomenklaturnya emerging technology ISACA itu ada 4 ya yang di-mention di cloud, AI, blockchain, dan cloud, AI, blockchain. Satu lagi nanti PR saya lupa, ntar saya tulis di situ. Jadi beliau sudah cukup lama berkecimpung di ISACA, dan gak hanya di ISACA, sepengetahuan saya juga beliau aktif di IIA atau Institute of Internal Audit di Turki. Saat ini beliau sebagai founder di salah satu perusahaan Clovera.io dan menjabat beberapa pekerjaan atau profesi di bidang teknologi risk and digital trust di berbagai fintech di finance technology. Untuk sertifikatnya, Bapak Ibu bisa lihat di beberapa poin di bawah ini. Before I start the event, maybe I would like to invite Gokhan, my friend. Good evening from Jakarta.
Hi, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing good. Merhaba. Am I right?
Merhaba. Yes, your pronunciation is great, and thank you for inviting and accepting me this exclusive event. I haven't spoken to ISACA Indonesia community before, and it's a privilege for me. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. My friend,
But
anyway, before we start, your president, Mr. Erdogan, and the First Lady are coming here in Indonesia today. You see the news? Visiting
yes,
one of the
yes,
city in Indonesia, Bogor, this morning.
yes, they are in now Indonesia. We know it. It's maybe coincidence. It's maybe some signs of our good relationship. You know. Yeah.
Just would like to know whether you have a plan to visit Indonesia. I can be your tour guide, Gokhan, for free. For free.
I would be glad because I had very limited traveling opportunity to this age. I work a lot, as you see, and I guess I have to do it. Otherwise, we have a good connection with you, but without seeing him physically, we cannot, upgrade it. So thank you for inviting. And in tradition in Turkish, if you invite, we always do it. I will come, and you're my present tourist guide.
Thank you. Thank you, Gokhan. Since there are a lot of fans in our country about Turkey, Istanbul, and etc. Anyway, now let's talk a bit about your background. Maybe friends, I've been following Gokhan for quite a long time. One of the people in our profession that I really look up to. A couple of years ago, I had a project in regards to the IT audit on some blockchain environment. I need some advice from some professional, and I found him on LinkedIn, and I just give him a DM, not expecting anything, but he responded quickly, Gokhan, if you remember, and we had a great Zoom session. Yeah, later on. So that time I told him to invite him to our session here in ISACA. I love how active he is, sharing all the insight in regards to the IT governance, fintech industry, and new technology, especially like blockchain. But if I'm not mistaken, Gokhan, when I see your article or your new documentation in your website or ISACA website, you are focusing on AI, COVID, and promoting the DTEF, right? The digital trust ecosystem framework.
Yes. Yeah. I'll provide some information about my background, my works, my community. When I start my presentation, I guess I am doing a lot of work with the help of my friends. Especially, I founded a group of community database, digital community. I name it in this way, and my friends helped me a lot to create this synergy, and I'll explain more about it.
All right, great to hear. And one thing maybe for our member information, if you publish our ISACA website, isaka.org, maybe you will find a couple article from Gokhan. I remember one, Gokhan, the last one you
Last one about
published end of last year, December, about the theft in financial sector. So maybe you guys can visit the ISACA and you can search the article provided by Gokhan. He also have a Medium account. Bapak Ibu yang punya Medium account, you can find him also there. Lots of article. Maybe I will share the Medium link on the chat box so Bapak Ibu and rekan-rekan can visit later on. But enough from me. Let's hear from Gokhan himself. Without further ado, let's get started. Gokhan, the mic is yours. Over to you, brother.
Thank you, Erikman.
Please.
It's a privilege to be here today to discuss a topic that is becoming increasingly vital in our business landscape, AI governance. As AI continues to shape the way we work, a topic that innovates and make decisions, it also brings unique challenges. Challenges that demand thoughtful governance to ensure we use this transformative technology responsibly and effectively. Consider this, according to a recent study by IBM, 85% of business leaders believe AI governance is critical, yet only 25% have implemented a comprehensive AI risk management framework. It's very interesting. This gap highlights an urgent need for organizations to move beyond just adopting AI and start governing it properly to mitigate risk and build trust. My goal today is to provide you with actionable insights and spark a conversation about how we can align AI technologies with our organizational values and goals. Here you see my background, my certifications. Before we dive deeper into today's topic, let me briefly introduce myself. Erikman did it, but I also want to explain more about myself. I'm Gokhan Polat from Istanbul, Turkey, and I can describe myself as technology governance and risk expert. Currently, I am the founder of Clever.io, a consulting firm specializing in digital trust and security. I also serve as a member of ISACA Emerging Technology Advisory Board. This year, I started this position. According to this position, we are globally helping ISACA to create new products, new services about, how can I explain, emerging technologies, blockchain, AI. And today I learned again, I am chosen by ISACA to help to update their AI governance framework, and it's a good news. Today I learned about it. I also serve as a member of co-founder of the Databoost community, and I am at Consult and Trainer Fintech Istanbul, an organization providing trainings and consultancy for fintech companies in Turkey. By the way, I am also at the advisory board of BT Guru, a company providing blockchain technology for Turkish banking sector. And I am also a blogger of CoinDesk Turkey. Maybe some of you know about CoinDesk. It's organization providing insights about crypto sector. With this background, I aim to bring a practical and holistic perspective to today's discussion. So now that you know a bit more about me, let's get started with the real reason why we are all here, enhancing AI governance. By the way, I opened Instagram live, but I made a mistake because I cannot show them my presentations a bit while. I'll close it because I guess people also want to see my presentation, but they will not able to do it. I'll be covering this topic under two main headlines: why we need trustworthy AI and implementing robust AI governance through digital trust ecosystem framework of ISACA. As you know, ISACA has introduced a new framework to help modern business tackle one of their biggest challenges: building and maintain trust in digital world. This framework is also a great tool for integrating emerging technologies like AI and responsible and structured way. By the way, there are some, yes, no. And in this session, we'll explore why AI governance is essential and how DTF helps ensure AI is not just powerful, but also trustworthy. By the way, I hope there's no problem with my presentation. Sorry. If you have, please let me know.
All good, Gokhan. If there's something problem, I will give you feedback.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, now I start the first part of my presentation, why we need trustworthy AI. Let's start with a simple and important question. How can AI be integrated into business operations to drive innovation, improve efficiency, and create a competitive edge while also managing ethical, regulatory, and operational risks? This question isn't just theoretical. It's at the center of every business leaders throughout today. AI is powerful, but if we don't manage it responsibly, it can bring challenges as well as opportunities. So this presentation will be all about answering that questions. I will talk about this a lot. As you see on the screen, there are lots of LLM, large language models, and application of AI present some benefits. AI is transforming industries in countless ways, and the large language models are at the forefront of this evolution, all we know. These models are among the most widely recognized AI applications today, thanks to their versatility in understanding, processing, and generating human-like text. On this slide, we see just a few examples of how LLMs are already being integrated into our daily modern business operations. And of course, there are many more use cases out there, some we may not have thought of yet, and others that forward-thinking professionals are actively all around the world, in some place of the world, testing and refining in their organizations. Now, let's take a closer look at a few of them. Legal, document review, contract, and analysis. Let me find the, yes. Here, where is it? Legal document review here, yes. For example, legal document review and contract analysis, LLMs are streamlining legal workflows by scanning lengthy contracts and identifying key clauses, risks, and inconsistencies in seconds. This is already being used by legal tech firms to save lawyers hours of manual review. And another area is fraud prevention, fraud detection and prevention. This is very important for organizations, especially for financial organizations, because they are dealing with know your customer, AML legislations, and they are trying to protect their customers from bad actors. And these AI models help them analyze patterns in financial transactions to detect anomalies that indicate fraud. For example, banks use LLMs alongside machine learning systems to flag suspicious activities and prevent financial crimes. There is a note I'm checking if someone is asking something. Oh, sorry. Okay. And this just the beginning, I guess. Some of these applications are already well established, while others are still being explored and redefined. Here is another application, this whether to integrate. Here is a list I created a very simple way to analyze an organization if they need, or how can they implement AI technology. In real world projects, we've used comparable, this kind of similar checklists to evaluate automation possibilities with our clients. By asking these questions, firms may rapidly decide whether a process is suitable fit for AI or not. When considering AI adoption, we should pose a few important questions in the procedure. Data intensive. AI thrives on enormous data sets, therefore, the more organized the data, the better. Is it rule-based or repetitive? AI performs best with jobs that are organized, predictable, and follow specific patterns. Another consideration is error rates. If a process is prone to human errors, AI can improve accuracy and efficiency. This might be useful when evaluating whether to include AI into a business process. If numerous points apply, AI has the potential to improve operational efficiency, accuracy, and scalability. But is it enough to satisfy or justify implementing AI or satisfy our needs? Is commercial efficiency the sole consideration for us? Of course not. Unlike previous technology, AI technology cannot be assessed just according to its efficiency or cost saving. We should take into consideration other kind of aspects like trustworthiness, like privacy, because the technology mimics human thinking and decision making, and that brings us to a crossroads. Will AI lead us to utopia or dystopia? Because of this, we cannot assess AI implementation with traditional business metrics alone. We have to consider ethics and trust as core pillars. To successfully integrate AI into business operations, driving innovation, improving efficiency, and staying competitive while managing ethical, regulatory, and operational risks, we need clear guides to guide us. The framework we see here is based on widely accepted principles, including those from the NIST AI Risk Management Framework, which is recognized globally for helping organizations build trustworthy AI. Now, let's break this down. First, as you see on the screen, AI must be safe. It shouldn't cause harm to users, society, or the environment. For instance, an AI-powered medical device must ensure accurate diagnosis to avoid dangerous mistakes. Next, it has to be secure and resilient, meaning it can withstand cyber attacks and unexpected failures. Think of an AI-powered customer service chatbot. If a data breach occurs, a resilient system ensures sensitive customer data stays protected and the service recovers quickly. As we all know, we have some certain metrics like RTO, RPA, RPO, MTD values. We should also keep secure these values into our business process, in our business processes. It also needs to be explainable and interpretable. Sometimes my English fails. People should be able to understand how decisions are made. Imagine an AI-driven hiring system. If a candidate is rejected, there should be transparency about the decision-making criteria. Another key factor is privacy enhancement. AI systems process massive amounts of sensitive data, critical data. So protecting user privacy is critical. For example, AI models used in financial services should encrypt customer data to stay compliant with regulations like GDPR, KVKK, data protection legislation in Turkey. We also need AI to be fair with harmful bias managed, because biased algorithms can lead to real-world discrimination. If an AI system unfairly favors certain demographics for loan approvals, companies must actively work to identify and correct that bias. At the core of it all, AI must be valid and reliable. It should consistently deliver accurate results. If an AI-powered risk assessment tool provides inconsistent outputs, it becomes impossible to trust it for critical business decisions. And finally, AI must be accountable and transparent. Organizations should clearly communicate how the system works, what it can and can't do, and who is responsible if anything goes wrong. Transparency builds trust among others, employees and stakeholders. These aren't just technical guidelines, they are also a blueprint for building AI that's not only powerful, but also trustworthy and aligned with our business goals, because we have some problems with this technology. So I have to close my pencil. Yes, as you see, again, this screen is coming from. I took this image from this AI risk management framework, and it divides risk into three categories, three groups, because they affect diverse elements of society and industry. Understanding this will help us to handle them easily. First, it has harm to people. Human damage encompasses privacy violations and psychological safety breaches, such as AI systems exploiting personal data. Biased AI systems that deny minority loans are also harming organizations or communities. If employed unethically, AI can disrupt democracy or education by disseminating disinformation or limiting resources. Harm to organizations follows. AI failures might cause business disruptions or security vulnerabilities. Misconfigured AI models can cause production downtime, losing time and money. A poorly protected AI system might leak critical data, causing reputational harm and regulatory fines. Finally, ecosystem damage. AI systems are linked, those a failure can affect supply chain, finance, and the environment. For instance, an AI model that mispredicts energy usage might strain power systems and cause widespread concerns. As we've seen, AI may destroy individuals, companies, and ecosystems. This leads us back to today's presentation's key question. How can businesses use AI to innovate, improve efficiency, and gain a competitive edge while mitigating ethical, regulatory, and operational risk? Clearly, we can't only mitigate this risk. We focus on preventing damage. We may overlook AI's transformational potential. We need a balanced strategy to handle risk without limiting innovation. And my last presentation about AI risk is coming from OAPS. I'm sure most of you also already aware of OAPS. OAPS always announcing some top 10 issues about cybersecurity and risk domains for specific topics. And the latest and its latest effort is help us to understand and manage the security challenges that come with large language models, AI topic. I included a QR code, by the way, so you can download the full document. And don't worry, this is not a phishing test. I sometimes apply these kind of activities in my presentations, and I add some phishing tests to my students, but this is real. If you read the QR code, you will be able to reach the documentation. To help organizations navigate this risk, OAPS has outlined key threats that could impact AI security. And this is another issue. We should be careful in using this technology. Like prompt injection manipulates AI inputs to produce unintended or even harmful outputs. Insecure output handling can expose systems to security vulnerabilities. Training data poisoning allows bad actors to tamper with AI decision-making by feeding it misleading information. Then there is over-reliance on AI, and this is another important area. When we trust AI-generated outputs too much without human oversight, we risk spreading misinformation. And let's not forget model theft, where attackers can steal proprietary AI models, leading to serious intellectual property concerns. These risks make it clear governance, security controls, and proactive risk management are essential if we want AI to be both effective and trustworthy. And there's a good question here, is there a reliable, down-to-earth, a practical way to embrace this technology without too many worries or concerns? And here is the answer. ISACA Digital Trust Ecosystem Framework. I'm sure most of you again heard about this framework. It is designed by business and IT experts dedicated to instilling trustworthy principles into technology and business operations. Uh, to answer the question we posed earlier, how to balance innovation with managing AI risk, we need foundational concept, and that's digital trust. Here you see on the screen the definition of ISACA on digital trust. And let me drink a water because speaking in another language is not easy. This concept isn't just about technology. It also includes the people, organization, processes, and systems that create and maintain this trust. Think of it as the glue that holds the digital world together. Without it, innovation loses its value because people won't engage with systems they do not trust. So as leaders, our job is to create this trust through accountability, ethical practices, transparency, and robust governance. Digital trust enables us to build systems that are not only functional, but also respected and relied upon. Here, another QR. Again, you can check Edelman Trust Barometer. I use statistics from Edelman. It's an organization providing trust statistics for the organization and individuals. Here, it says 63% of consumers say a good reputation might get me to try a product. But if I don't trust the company behind it, I'll stop buying it, no matter how good the reputation is. Think about that for a second. Reputation might get people in the door, but trust keeps them coming back. Without trust, you don't trust, lose customers. You lose long-term relationships, which are so much harder to rebuild. As all we know, reputation creating is not a easy thing. Brand creating is not an easy task. But if with a small failures, we can lose every effort we applied for years. Now trust isn't just this abstract thing, it's built on specific pillars, and ISACA help us in this manner. As you see on the right side, you're seeing the components of digital trust, which are defined by ISACA itself. First, ethics and integrity. Are you doing the right thing even when no one's looking? This symbolizes ethics and integrity. Security and privacy. Can people rely on you to protect their data? Because if they do not trust you, you will not able to guide or protect their data. They will stop to buy your shoes, cars. It is, again, nowadays, our personal data is one aspect of our personality. Stability and resilience. Can your systems handle challenges and still deliver? For example, you experience a DDoS attack, but you should go on to provide the services, the value you promised to your customers. Availability. Are you there when customers need you? Transparency and honesty. Are you being upfront about what your products and services can and can't do? Quality. Are you meeting expectations or better yet, exceeding them? When you combine all these elements, you build something powerful that trusts less. Now, let's see how we can these building blocks and align with them business goals using a balanced scorecard approach, because ISACA uses balanced scorecard to illustrate how digital trust creates value across all aspects of a company's strategy. This framework, a widely used strategic management tool, helps organizations translate their vision into actionable objectives across 4 key areas: financial, customer, internal processes, and growth. If some of you already have understanding about COVID, or I'm sure some of you already using COVID. COVID is also using this approach. In the COVID, we see ISACA implement balanced scorecard to define business strategy. So why does ISACA take this approach for explaining DTF? Because digital trust isn't just about compliance or ethics. It's a key driver of business value. By aligning trust initiatives with these four perspectives, ISACA highlights how trust enhances financial performance, strengthens customer relationships, streamlines internal process, and fuels growth. And here, the core DTF, Digital Trust Ecosystem Framework, as you see. This ensures that digital interactions, and transactions are secure, reliable, and trusted by integrating key elements: people, process, technology, and organizations. Rather than adding another framework, DTF works alongside existing models to avoid framework fatigue and provide actionable outcome-based practices. By the way, I have to add here that ISACA also suggested we can use TMMI and COBIT approaches to analyze our digital trust environment. It is written in its DTF framework and guidelines. This DTF applies systems thinking, recognizing that changes in one area impact others. It defines accountability across all enterprise stakeholders and incorporates integrity, security, privacy, resilience, and confidence in the digital ecosystem. You can check ISACA website for the details, but I don't want to bore you with these digital trust framework details. And when we talk about digital trust, it's not just about frameworks also, it's about leadership. Boards and executives play a crucial role in embedding trust into strategy and culture, especially when implementing AI. Systems thinking, risk governance, awareness, appropriate framework, risk management, these all are important. As we all know, when we talk about governance, senior management strategy, we should be sure that we are successful at risk optimization, source optimization, and value creation. These 5 aspects will help us to ensure we are creating the value in a right way. And this is coming from another organizations, from IAPP. I added this because your chapter leaders asked me to provide you more information about legal aspects of digital trust, and I added it from IAPP. And there's another QR code. If you read this QR code, you will directly go to the site of IAPP. IAPP is a global organization providing insights about information, data governance, data protection, and they are very capable and strong in AI governance topic. There are lots of documentation and source in their website, and they are all free, by the way. I also have a article in IAPP site. It is about crypto sector and the importance of data governance and how can we implement data governance to increase our capacity in crypto as a service provider. Here, in the website of IAPP, if you click in the red area, it directly shows the legislation of AI in this region. It doesn't just name the AI legislation, it also provides the details of the legislation, their connections with in other regions. And we see the EU AI Act is the, I guess, prominent one and leads the way with a risk-based approach, ensuring AI applications meet strictly safety, fairness, and compliance standards. By the way, another important region, I guess, the USA, and USA also in US region, we see a lot of different legislation, and Singapore. Yes, Singapore also creates a lot of legislative issues on AI governance. And here, I also add again, Erikman asked me to add some insights from global frameworks and standards about AI governance. And here we see OECD AI principles is important. NIST AI risk management framework, you can reach it. It is free to download and use. It's incredible. I love it. And it is very detailed. It has 2 documentation. The first, it explains what should we understand from AI governance topic term, and the other provides you an actionable plan and some details to create metrics to create AI governance appropriate in your business processes. UNESCO AI Ethics Framework, it is again free, G7 AI Code of Conduct, and ISO 42001. I guess this is the only one you should pay if you want to gain. And now I will explain, we will discuss, and we are entering the next, the last phase of our presentation. And now I have to close my story live. See you guys. And implementing robust AI governance through DTF. Here, I want you to check the screen for a while. I'm sure most of you very familiar with this approach. In DTF implementation model, we first start with understanding business environment. First, you need to know what your organization is aiming for. What problems are you trying to solve? Without clarity here, you can't really align your digital trust initiatives with your business goals. You should understand the strategy of your organizations, business objectives of organizations, IT pain points, risks, the problems in your sector, legislation issues, your company's business culture, risk appetite, and this kind of high-level issues are the main target of this step. If you understand the context, it will also easy to create a tailored approach for AI governance for your organization. And the second one, it is interesting again, but this time, if, for example, if we were implementing ISO 27001 NIST cybersecurity framework, I guess we all start with understanding the concept. But here, there is a difference, because here in the second phase, we are trying to understand digital environment. Here we dive into our digital assets. What tools, systems, and data are at your organization? How do they connect to our business goals? This step ensures we are working with a solid understanding of our digital landscape. The third step is developing digital trust strategy. The next one is plan and implementing digital trust. And the last one is monitoring, measuring, and improvement. This approach is, I guess, very familiar for us from previous frameworks. Now, how does it relate to AI implementation? The same model applies beautifully to AI projects. At least ISACA thinks that way. When you're understanding the business environment, you ask, what's the problem AI is solving? And there is a chat area. Let me check it. Is there? Let us feel sound. Yes, I will come. Danank. Yes, the presentation is going over there. And here, when you are understanding the business environment, you ask, what's the problem AI is solving? Then we understand the digital environment, evaluating your data. Is it good enough for the AI model? And this process, again, we're implementing in AI governance approach. Here, we have a report from ISACA products again. Zendex 2024 6 trends report, a huge 70% of 6 leaders are rethinking their strategies because of the rise of generative AI. And the report highlights 3 key themes. First, AI and intelligent experiences. Generative AI is making chatbots smarter and interaction more human-like, while also bringing transparency and ethical decision-making into focus. Second, we have data and trustworthy experiences. Businesses are doubling down on data-driven strategies, and trust is becoming a core priority, with things like security by design becoming the norm. And finally, next gen and immersive experience, AI is driving exciting changes like predictive tools for agents and even live interactive shopping experiences. But here's the key takeaway. While AI is full of potential, business can't just let it run an autopilot. The report makes it clear cross-functional collaboration, compliance, and proper oversight are essential to get it right. And with the question now, I take the digital trust ecosystem approach and apply it for a live business process, customer relation management system. If we want to, if we were to increase our capacity in this process, what would we do with AI? Now, I try to explain this topic with a live business process. Step one is, as we see, understanding the business environment. For chatbots, this means aligning their capabilities with your organization's vision and goals. For instance, if the goal is to enhance customer satisfaction, the chatbot must address common pain points like long wait times or language barriers. It's also about identifying business risks, such as potential data breaches or chatbot inaccuracies, and recognizing where AI tools like chatbots are already being used to interact with customers. So we should first understand, why do we need AI in customer relation management system? Step two is understanding the digital environment. In the chatbot use case, this involves identifying which AI-enabled tools are being used, whether it's simple rule-based bots or advanced NLP-powered chatbots. You also need to map out key stakeholders, like the customer support team, IT staff, vendors providing chatbot technology. So, and the second is, in this step, requires defining how the chatbot interacts digitally with customers and how it integrates into the larger customer journey. Additionally, understanding digital supply chain ensures you're managing vendor relationships and data flows effectively, while creating use cases helps clarify how the chatbot should function in real-world scenarios. These two steps, understanding your businesses and digital environments, create a solid foundation for aligning AI efforts with your strategic objectives and operational realities. And here, let's move to understanding the digital environments. And this step focuses on identifying AI-enabled products and services currently in use. And after that, we create our strategy according to our needs. For the chatbot, AI chatbot, what kind of problems we are experiencing with our customers? As we know, we have different kind of stakeholders, and our main aim is to satisfy the stakeholder needs and the value we promise them to create. In this step, we should define what kind of pain points we are aiming to satisfy with the AI technology, with whom, which kind of developers, technology companies we should cooperate, what kind of problems we can face in this technology implementation. To deal with best is implementing a software development lifecycle approach in here and creating implementing a feasibility assessment and creating a business case documentation to understand and apply and explain our approach to our senior management, because this is a strategic decision, and senior management should understand why do we plan to apply a specific AI technology in this process. By the way, we should also think and analyze the potential risks of different vendors. We are now seeing there are lots of different competing AI tools, algorithms, and they have some specific strong features and gaps, and we should be also sure that these are also analyzed by our legal teams, technology teams, business process teams, and understood by our senior management. And implementation and plan implementation, digital trust step. First, it is, as we all know, to implement a new technology in a business process is not easy because there could be some problems. Before, we are aiming to solve a problem with new technology, but it can also create another one when we are implementing. So we need to have an incident plan, migration plan, a rollback plan for implementing this process efficiently. If we encounter a problem, we should apply some incident plans, playbooks to solve it. We should inform again the proper stakeholders, and we should also implement some specific approaches to minimize the risk we can encounter. We can encounter in this process. Like, we don't need to implement full AI technology into whole process. We can apply some. We can apply this technology some pilot areas. Some we can test with some minimal effective business processes. With this approach, we can see during the planning or designing phase, if we have seen the risk properly and created the controls properly. And monitor and measure. Here we should also create some metrics, KPI, key gas, and KRAS. We all know the importance about this, but in this technology, AI, we have lots of gaps, understanding of the technology, because it needs strong technology background, and it is now limited in our organization. So it is beneficial to have external expertise or ask for consultancy for creating this kind of metrics to analyze our organization's AI technology implementation. In my previous company, we created, I was working for a blockchain technology, crypto asset service provider company, and we are implementing some LLM tools into our organization marketing for teams. And during the developing period, as a director of risk management of the company, I had very limited involvement in the process. There's another question, I guess I have to check it. Yes, we will speak about them later. In this process, the developers refuse to share the information and with the risk management team, and we couldn't help them in analyzing the risk aspects of implementing or developing and implementing AI tool in the business process. But they made a mistake. Then we discovered it. They couldn't get the they made a failure, and they couldn't test the tool efficiently. Because of this, they couldn't see the problems already involved in the algorithm. And because of this, the last moment, the last day, I mean, they wanted to go to the live. They failed, and we experienced some customer dissatisfaction because AI system did not work properly. But if we, as another business unit, a risk management department, if they let us to test it or just monitor the problems, it will be more beneficial for them, because the metrics they created are not proper for a business mindset. They were all technical, but they neglect the client expectations. And governance oversight, this is not one-shot approach for the whole AI life cycle. There should be governance oversight on the project. It starts with the first SDLC project, feasibility assessment, then designing or finding the right vendors with proper credentials, implementing this technology into our business process, the customers' expectations. The governance function should monitor whole process with true and proper reporting. For this kind of approach, we should apply specific metrics designed just for AI issue. Some organizations already apply using some committees like data protection committees, data governance policy committees to implement this kind of governance and oversight. Some organizations with huge sources created their own AI governance committees. For these committees, we also have some metrics already created by some global organizations. I mentioned to you about Singapore, OECD, or EU Act. For example, OECD created a list of analyzing what kind of AI solution you need for your specific business needs. This kind of frameworks can help us to create our business policies, procedures, metrics, and also the risk management. I mean, second line defense and third line defense internal audit teams should also take part in this oversight and monitoring function of the governance. I also wrote some notes on my presentations to show you how can we apply these steps in a specific business process. This ends my presentation, and I'm ready to talk about the questions, guys. Let me see the questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Gokhan, for sharing the insightful presentation for us. I also share a bit link to our member, the one that you quote, the white paper,
yes,
the detail to achieve the trustworthy AI, so they can access it since it's publicly accessed as well. Okay, I think there are some questions here in the chat box. Maybe Bapak Ibu, if you don't mind, you can put in the chat box, or you can also open mic to ask directly to Gokhan. But before that, maybe I will ask the first one for you, Gokhan. Do you mind?
Yes, please go on.
All right. So the one came from Danang. Pak Danang, hi Gokhan. I would like to ask about real-world example where AI trust issue have caused major business risk.
Okay, there are some good examples like Amazon. Amazon applied an AI tool to analyze its employee performance analysis. But because of the data, this AI tool has some bias against women, some female. In this data set, there were some biased data against female workers, and they realized that because of this data, the source of AI tool, women discriminated and couldn't achieve or prove their capacity for the in the company. And after Amazon realized it, it stopped. Another striking example is in USA, and in the it's from another aspect. A company, not a company, a school is applying AI tool to analyze or to monitor the performance of the teachers. And after analyzing the after they got the results from AI tool, they stopped to work with a woman, a teacher, female teacher. After the results, they got the results of AI analysis. But this time, protests started by the mothers and fathers of the students, because they did not like the decision, because they loved the teacher. According to AI or the metrics, as we mentioned, maybe I could not go when I couldn't explain the metrics in detail, because we have to define metrics maybe carefully, very carefully. And because of not good metrics, this AI tool analyze the performance of the teachers for specific items. But this teacher fired, had been implementing different kind of training approach and improving the characteristic and the well-being of the students. But because of this approach couldn't be analyzed by the AI solved her incapable, or sometimes I am forgetting the right word in English, sorry for it. She failed, but in contrary, she's a very smart and lovely teacher. And by the way, she also won a reward in the city, but AI couldn't see and analyze this approach. This is another aspect. We see there's a problem with it. And maybe it is another we experience in Facebook and Twitter. They applied some LLM tools which automatically replying the comments or tweets of ordinary people. After a while, they started to writing again bias, discrimination, and bad words to the people. So if you put if you let AI conduct by itself for whole project, we are seeing this kind of problems. We should apply the trustworthy assessment first, and we should put some control points in this kind of process, and human involvement should be defined. Otherwise, we will go on to see this kind of problem, at least for now. Yeah, I hope I could answer this properly.
Yeah, hope it answer your question, Pak Danang. Thank you for the answer, Gokhan. I'm just quick checking the first use case you mentioned previously about the Amazon hiring process, right?
Hiring process?
Amazon from Amazon?
Yes,
first
Amazon,
case?
Amazon.
Yeah.
Sorry, Amazon.
I just quickly check, Gokhan. The case happened 2018, 7 years ago.
Maybe.
Wow.
By the way, for example, in Turkey, I am providing another training, but it's in Turkish about AI risk management and audit. In this training, I am sharing a lot of information, this kind of information. Another striking issue, but it is not. It is very old, In 60s or 70s, it is very striking example. Russian military saw some points in the radars, and this radar shows that they are the nuclear rockets coming from USA. And the guy who is responsible for starting the nuclear rocket who is responsible for firing the Russian nuclear power rockets, just waited to to be sure that these are nuclear rockets. And these examples are, again, I am providing this example. If you do not put human understanding, human intervention into this business process and let AI define, solve, decide, and implement the solution. In this case, for example, AI will fire the rockets to the American. It will start a third world war. But this Russian officer waited for a while, and then they understood this is a fake. It is a mistake on the systems.
I think I heard the story about that. Oh my. All right. Thank you so much. I think that's a very relevant.
And by the way, I have my own experience,
Please.
guys, with this. And I was a director of risk management in my company, and I was responsible for KYC, I explained, and we have also threat intelligence tools, SOC radar. It already already AI capability. It's getting information from dark web and analyze them and provide solution. And in one case and one day, it was very new. I mean, how can I explain? This LLM or AI hype started very early times, and this tool provided us and showing that a strong DDoS attack will come and hit our company. And with the help of this information, we make an analysis. But by the way, we had another source of cyber threat analysis, USTA. I don't know, maybe it has different name in English, but we call it USTA. In this USTA source, we use generally human-oriented data. There is an AI-supported data and human-supported data. We analyze these two data, and AI-supported data warns us there are some preparations against our company in dark web with to implement a strong cyber attack. But USTA says in the white hackers make an analysis, and they are contrary different. It contradict each other, this information. And this time we shared this information with our cybersecurity teams. Then they analyzed and decided to go with the human decision. But we haven't experienced a bad I forgot. Sorry, the conclusion. But again, there are problems because AI uses different kind of data sets and human uses different data sets, and we should again create some metrics, proper metrics to analyze them.
Wow. In one real case from the cybersecurity issue. Thank you, Gokhan. Yeah. Maybe we go to the next question, my friend.
Yes.
All right.
Please.
Okay. Second one came from Yusri Amsal, Om Yusri. Aku izin bacain. As we know, there is always X% inaccuracy of AI trained model giving advice to end users. The question is how I can extend the liabilities to the AI solution or service if somehow the AI solution fail to provide its service to my organization.
How I can extend the liabilities to AI solutions, or if somehow the AI solution services fail to provide its service. Okay. As all we know, I guess there's in nowadays we have a problem. We know there are differences, some differences or features. Different features have AI technology, but we should approach this technology as we all know, I guess, from control approach. In internal control, we have some acceptance. We are telling that there should be controls like administrative controls, technical controls, and physical controls. And if you want to create a strong control environment, you should apply different control types together. And also we have detective, preventive, and corrective control function. For this case, if you just apply or use AI technology to create a solution, you can face lots of problems. But if you can add different business processes, manual processes, manual controls, if you add human interaction to the loop, or if you can also have some external sources for your critical processes, you can mitigate, downgrade the effect or likelihood, this kind of problems. I hope I answered this properly as I understood, because he's telling that if every time in AI algorithms, there should be some mistakes. Yes, it's true, because we are creating this technology and they involve human problems, human mistakes inside them. To mitigate them, we should apply control approaches.
Hi, Gokhan. Just want to add
Hi, Yusri.
Yeah. I just want to add my question. It's more on the let's say I purchase the AI solution service from the service provider. So how I can extend the liability if they fail to provide the services to my officers? That's the question.
Okay.
Extend liability.
Okay, you are asking, you will work with a third service provider about AI systems,
Correct.
and how to mitigate the risk caused by third party, right?
Correct.
There is a solution
Just
here.
extend liability.
There is a good solution about it. First, I will just directly provide you a source for the AI. EU AI Act. In EU AI Act, they describe some metrics to analyze vendor-based AI solutions. You can check it later. But for my side, what I am doing with the AI third-party vendors. First, I pay too much attention about the feasibility, SDLC, because I explained this is a part of SDLC process, and I pay too much attention to feasibility process step. In this process, first I define the business expectations very clearly, and then I create RFP, very proper RFP, and announcing my RFP. Some vendors are coming and trying to sell their products. This time, I ask them for credentials, because now I am mentioning about not technical controls. I am mentioning about some administrative controls. They should prove that they are trustable. They should prove me that they are trustable and their product is tested and trustable either. And the second approach, I asked them to provide me a pen test report, a detailed pen test report, because I want to be sure this algorithm do not involve bad malware. And I also apply a business case. I'm sure one of my business leader asked to use this kind of AI technology. So I also want them to check it, if this AI tool satisfy their expectations. And again, to support my business team, I sit with them and create a checklist to analyze these AI tools features, capacity, according to different aspects. And also, you should take into consideration of data protection issues. Some AI tools are supported by cloud-based systems, and these systems take your data, take out of your systems, bring the out of other servers or other database out of your company. And this is another aspect. Maybe it works very properly, but it takes your data out of your system. It creates another kind of problem. And I also advise you to check OAuth's top 10 documentation. Yesterday, I saw they created another documentation for LLM solutions, and these documentations include control items for AI solutions. This can also help you to find the proper control for your vendors. You can assess vendors. But by the way, Cloud Security Alliance, another organization, I am the part of this organization, is nowadays creating a third-party service provider assessment tool for AI. You can also check their website for proper control documentation.
Thank you, Gokhan.
Thank you.
Any other further point from you, Om Yusri?
Yeah, Gokhan, I understood about the technical control, administrative control. This is more on the say that the solution is failed to provide the services to my company. Say that it could be it could be fine from regulatory. Say fine 2% from our revenue. So how I can extend this liability to the third party provider? On this case, the AI service provider.
You want to assess third-party providers tool or third-party providers, founders, employees, or what, or financial situation? What do you want to analyze?
No, it's more on the
technical
AI service
To
provider
share
is
the
failed to
liability,
provide.
right?
Yeah, the liability is more on the how I can extend the my business loss due to the provided services. How I can extend to them? Is it possible?
Yusri, okay. I guess this is more about contract management.
Legal aspect.
Legal expert, yes. I personally always prefer to act with legal people. As a technical person, I always can have a strong communication with legal people, because even you understand the technical details of the product or the company, you are having a business relation on legal side, and you have to keep yourself in safe area with the legal explanations. So your contract management should be analyzed and conducted by legal expert. If you don't have this kind of people, experts, professionals in your company, please don't hesitate to apply to external legal companies. For example, today in the morning, I had a breakfast with a legal expert. They are providing some legal consultancy for blockchain technology company, and we are now cooperating for a specific project, because I am technical and process expert, but I need their definition. For your problem, you should have a legislative support, I guess.
Okay, thank you, Gokhan.
No problem, Yusri. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Gokhan. Thank you, Om Yusri. Maybe I would like to refer to the next question from Mutia.
Mutia,
okay,
yes.
The question is, how can companies practically implement ISACA DTEF in AI project. So basically like a
Okay.
practical example.
May I show them my screen? Okay. May I, Erikman, may I close my presentation and show them? Because
Please,
I
please.
would love to show my your community.
Yep,
Sorry.
no issue. No issue.
Because there's as you see, there are lots of stuff here. Do you see my screen, right?
Yep, the web browser.
Yes, here. Okay, guys. It's a good question because I spoke a lot, you know. I spent 1 hour from your life, and there should be some practical aspects, right? Yes. I know. Sorry. Here. Yes. This is ISACA website. In ISACA websites, there is here resources area. Here we go, digital trust, ecosystem framework. This is the framework, like ISO 27001, NIST cybersecurity framework, COSO, or TOGAF. Here, explore products. And here, okay, security package, privacy package, quality package. Oh no, digital trust. Here there should, please check this area. There should be a framework documentation, and the second documentation, and there should be another documentation. It is implementation of this guideline.
Like
It's
COVID, right?
yes, like COVID. Step by step, it explains how you will able to create a digital trust environment ecosystem, from the processes, roles, technology. It provides some applicable approaches. And another approach, it is again mentioned in digital trust ecosystem framework. You can apply COVID with the help of COVID, because it defines you some trust objectives with the help of the COVID, because as we all know, COVID, with the help of the COVID, there have design factors, 11 design factors. With the help of the 11 design factors, we can create our own COVID framework, and you can define trust objectives, align them with these design factors, and implement. This is another approach, but it will be beneficial for you to check and implement these documentation in your organization. By the way, it again says, if you already have other certification standards in your organizations already implemented, it will be more easy for you to create and implement this DTF, like ISO 27001, ISO 22031, 301, or ITIL.
All right, clear and clear. Thank you so much. Hope it can answer your question, Mutia. I think we have 2 more questions. I think we also would like to close the session on time, but hope you don't mind, Bapak Ibu, to extend maybe for 5 minutes, Gokhan. For the next question from Dena, Pak Dena asking about, if I may, I'd like to ask about AI governance. How do you see AI governance evolving in the next 5 years, Gokhan?
Okay, AI governance is AI, as I explained before, AI technology is very different from the previous ones. We now pay too much attention about ethical aspects of this technology, because we have some concerns about what this technology brings us. Every day, new kind of features or new kind of achievements these tools are showing us. You know, they are mimicking human behavior and understanding. So this AI governance is very crucial in every organization, like ISACA, IAPP, IS2QR, or Class Security Alliance. These all organizations are now creating their own products, focusing on some aspects of AI governance. AI governance is not just ethical issue. There are some legislative issues, ethical issues, security issues, monitoring, designing issues. So it will the importance of AI governance will be increased. It is obvious, but the main problem, how can we put ourselves in this process? How can we put ourselves, I mean, Gokhan or Erikman or Yusri, put ourselves into this constantly changing environment? You should not hesitate, guys. As an risk expert, I noticed that scholars and legal people are more braver than us. They are putting themselves in AI governance topics, and they are creating articles, they are attending some presentations, they are creating new contents with their new understanding. And for you, you should first analyze and create your own contents individually and for your companies. There are lots of projects happening in our companies, and AI is not just a technology. It's a part of a system. We should improve our understanding about data governance, data protection, and this is because this is one aspect of the AI technology. And I advise you become the member of working groups like Cloud Security Alliance. For example, I am the part of Cloud Security Alliance AI governance working group. Every week we are coming together and discuss these topics. It will, maybe I spoke a lot, I'm speaking a lot, but it is obvious the importance of AI governance will be going up. But you should put yourself in this constant changing in some way. Don't go on to watch it. Be part of the change, because when you realize that you are out of this change, it will be too late to catch.
Got the idea. Thank you so much. Okay, hope it can answer also to your question, Pak Dena. Last question from Mutia.
Mutia again, okay.
Let me ask. We have seen EU developed and enforce GDPR to the tech giants. When will we see the same thing happen for AI ethics in the effort to building trust in AI?
It's a good question, because there's a harsh race between these giants. And AI for EU created its own AI legislation, and it imposes strong and harsh requirements for the tech companies. Maybe you are watching or you are reading about this. It is very it touches very technical aspects of AI governance issues, and it's creating new legislation, second level legislation about this topic. AI is doing great, but for example, for my country, Turkey, it is too late, and we created our own legislation, but it is not satisfying for your country, for other countries. All countries should be careful about creating their own legislation, because thanks to these AI technologies, these companies learning a lot about our how can I explain? With the help of these tools, they are testing, our societies. As you know, they are using this kind of techniques in the elections, in marketing, and in EU region. They prohibited implementing or using some specific tools or features of AI. You cannot impose for elections. You cannot change people's mind with using AI-supported contents. It says this way. I don't know how can they apply it, but they created a baseline for it. For our side, and for Turkey, for example, we created a legislation, but it did not enact yet. I don't know, in your Indonesia has created or published a legislation, but we should be careful because these companies, the big companies, are supported by their all governmental organizations, and it's very scary. You know, they are creating lots of fake contents to mobilize people for the fake understandings.
Yeah, got the idea. Thank you so much. For the context in Indonesia, I don't know. Maybe Bapak Ibu, our audience here are more have knowledge about this regarding to the regulation about AI. But as far as I know, Gokhan, I think the same thing happened in Indonesia, like in Turkey. As long as I know, there are only guidelines about the ethic use, the guideline of the AI ethic use. Maybe around
Ethic aspect.
Yeah, ethic aspect from our communication ministry about 1 or 2 years ago. Only that kind of thing. Also, the one related to the data privacy, the personal data protection law. That's also the one who maybe a bit relevant about the issue.
In
All right.
Turkey, we published cybersecurity maturity level documentations, KVKK, AI, data protection, but we should be hurry about AI. Otherwise, they will ruin. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Gokhan. I think that's the question comes to an end. About our last question, a fantastic discussion. Thank you so much, Gokhan, for sharing insightful presentation. Also, for all the audiences who are pay attention and also bring some of the question and can make this discussion live. Let me summarize a bit about some key takeaways. The first one, I think AI trust is critical for adoption. It requires the governance, the ethic, and also the risk management. Maybe that's I try my best to recap. Second one, ISACA DTEF or ISACA's digital trust frameworks, the link that I provided previously, can provide you a structured approach to ensure AI reliability. And the third one,
and by the way, Erikman, also ISACA
please.
published a documentation explaining how you can use DTF for AI governance. You can also check from ISACA website.
Okay, DTF for AI governance. Let me check later on. Okay, and last one, I think organization must proactively address AI risk to maintain compliance and stakeholder confidence. A big thank you for you, my friend Gokhan.
I thank you guys. Thank you for accepting my community. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And also thank you for our audience for the participation. Maybe that's it from us. Is there any other information from ISACA Indonesia, or maybe some closing statement from Bang Harun or any other committees, please, before we end?
Yeah, thank you, Eric. Gokhan, it was very insightful sessions, and I truly enjoyed the conversation and discussion with the teams, with the members, and hopefully we can get the knowledge update from you, and it's very useful for us in the daily life. So thank you very much again for the sharing, dan teman-teman juga terima kasih sudah stay sampai larut malam. Mudah-mudahan bisa bermanfaat buat kita semua, dan yang masih di jalan juga bisa sampai di rumah dengan selamat. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Keep in touch.
Bapak Ibu.
Thank you.
Will do.
Appreciate it, Gokhan.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Bang Harun, thank you.
Welcome. It was a great session. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you. Mbak Rifko.